Hello everyone, I am back on my filter channel. It's been a minute, it's been a really long time. I had to really think about what I'm going to talk about. I don't just want to jump on here to do videos like that, because when it comes to like Bible stuff, you have to really know what you're talking about before you just come on camera and just start talking whatever, you know. But anyways, today's topic is going to be about 7 days in the Bible. That's the title, 7 days in the Bible. So if y'all don't know already, 7 is the Most High's number. That's why there's a lot of like 777 in the Bible. 777 also represents the threefold perfection of the Trinity. That's what it means. 7 also symbolizes completion of perfection. So that tells you that right there. Basically though, what the 7 days thing I'm going to be talking about regarding is like the uncleanness and all that good stuff, all that stuff. So if y'all don't know, when it comes to like when a female's on her menstrual cycle, a lot of females don't know that you're unclean for 7 days. They believe that, oh, if your period stops on the 4th day, the 5th day, or the 6th day, then you're good. You're good to go. You could go about your business. I'll tell you something right now. Even though your period stops on one of those days, doesn't mean that you're clean. You're still unclean. You're unclean for 7 days. So I forgot to mention, if you have your period for 7 days straight, that's not a good thing, because now you will be unclean for another 7 days, which is 14 days in total, which is not a good thing. You'll be quite annoyed with that. So yeah, always with that, it's best to have like 4 or 5 or 6 days, but if you have for 7 days straight, not a good thing. We are not taught this, unfortunately, because in school they don't teach us this. In the when you go to the hospital, they don't teach you this. They just will say, how many days you had your period? Oh, okay, you had it for 5 days. Okay, they don't talk about that. This type of information you learn about in the Bible, and you can find this on Leviticus 15 verse 14. You can find that on. It talks briefly more about it. I also forgot to mention that if, like with the whole menstrual cycle thing, now if the woman has a partner that she's with, like a husband or whatever, or her boyfriend, they live together in the same household, unfortunately, obviously, she can't go anywhere while she's on her period and stuff. However, one thing that can be done is the woman sleeps in the bedroom by herself, and the man will have to sleep on the couch while she's on that. You're also supposed to change your bed sheets after the 7 days is up. Your towels, anything you use, you're supposed to change that. Now of course, if you don't live in the same household, your man, your boyfriend will have to stay away from you for like 7 days basically. And I know that's hard for a lot of people, but that's basically another thing when it comes to the whole 7 day thing too. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention, when you get your period, if you get it in the morning time, let's say you get it on a Monday in the morning time, then you would be clean again on Sunday morning. How if you get it in the nighttime, the evening time, then you would be clean again Monday evening, I believe, either Sunday evening or Monday evening or night. So depending on what time you get it is the time you're going to be clean again when the 7 days are up. So yeah, I didn't learn this until I was 19 years old from someone that used to teach me these things. Once I learned it, I followed along with it. But yeah, another thing is, for the whole 7 days thing, while you're unclean, if you have a partner, let's say your partner is not supposed to touch you for 7 days, because you make them unclean. You don't make them unclean for 7 days, but you make them unclean until evening. I know a lot of y'all probably like confused. Like, what do you mean you make them unclean? Because you're already unclean, you have blood coming out down there. Your partner touches you. You make them unclean. The same thing when y'all doing it too. You're gonna make them unclean too. So, and one thing that was very crazy, y'all, when I was in high school, in my health class, crazy enough, I had this teacher that would straight up try to convince the students, oh, it's okay to do that while you're on your period with your partner. No. First of all, the blood itself has stuff in it. Second of all, you're gonna make the person unclean until evening. Not good. Don't do that. People that have common sense would know, like, it's common sense not to do that. But yeah. So yeah. Same thing goes for the funeral. If you attend a funeral, even though you don't touch the person's body that's in the casket, because I know there's some people when they go to funeral, they do touch the person's body in the casket because they're very emotional and stuff like that. Even though you don't touch the person, however, people that's around, that's in the funeral, that touch the body, may hug you or touch your hand or like that, you're still gonna be unclean for 7 days also, because you're around a dead body. Your family or friends, whatever, touched that dead body and touched you. So touching a dead body in general just makes you unclean for 7 days as well. So in case I didn't know that, you know. Also, going back to like the period situation, so there's a verse here. It says, when a woman has her monthly period, she is unclean for 7 days. Anyone who touches her will be unclean until evening. So it literally says that in the Bible. Anyone who touches her will be unclean until evening. And another thing is, y'all, when it comes to working, you only supposed to work, well, back then I should say, you only was supposed to work 6 days a week, and on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath day, you were supposed to rest. Now we clearly don't have that in this world. You have people that literally work every single day, so many hours. People that get no rest from work 40 hours, 50 hours. But the Most High and Lily said you only supposed to work 6 days and have a 7th day off, which is the Sabbath day. But unfortunately, a lot of us can't do that because of the type of job we have, which sucks. But yeah, so that's basically what I came to talk about on here. Just a little brief topic, pretty easy topic to understand. And if you want to look into it, like I said, this Leviticus 15 verse 14, so you can find that on there. I would say read it in the, if you have the Bible, I'll put it on the screen which one I have. If you have that one, it's best to read it in the Message version, because the Message version is, to me, is a lot more understanding. You can understand it a lot better versus the King James version. The King James version is like a different type of English, if that makes sense. So the Message, I feel like it's a more better understanding when it comes to reading certain things. And also it's good to read the Bible like a book, because you're supposed to read it like a book, honestly, because you won't understand it when you're just picking verses and just reading like that. I found myself which I gotta get back to reading the Bible again. I'm still on Isaiah. I still gotta get back on that. But when I did find myself, when I was reading it from Genesis up to Isaiah, I had like a good brief understanding of what was happening, what was going on and stuff like that. When you just following the way of the churches, just picking a verse and reading, you're not gonna understand it. It's literally a book. Everything, Psalms, Leviticus, Genesis, it's each individual book. You need to read each book to understand what is happening in them. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, we go on the 7 days thing, if y'all want more information, I try my best to help out with that. But yeah, so I will be coming out with some more topics to talk about, and I could probably squeeze in one more. I'm trying to think of one I could squeeze in, but I don't know, I might just say that for the next video, so I can have more videos on this channel. So yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, bye y'all.